So Andre, first day on the PGA Tour today.
Yeah.
How did it feel just to be out there and compete on this tour, on this stage?
Unbelievable. It was a lot of fun, even though I didn't play my best. I lost a lot of strokes on the green, but just being out there, the environment here and the crowds, it's a lot better, playing it than watching it on TV for sure.
What were you thinking about kind of on the first tee, just getting ready to go?
First tee, I wasn't as nervous as I thought. A lot of people told me it's just another round of golf, and so I stepped up with that attitude, and I hit a good one. Just the wind caught it a little bit, and to start my PGA Tour career, or first round with a par, felt great.
Way back in a couple that go way back to the roots, but could you describe kind of your golf journey in terms of how you got in the game, what made you decide to want to be in this profession?
So it's actually my dad's 61st birthday today, but he's the one that introduced me to the game at a young age and taught me through scrapbooks that he made, ripping pages off magazines, and that's how he taught me the game. And once, I grew out of his shoes, it was just YouTube and trying to learn from the best players in the world and copying their swings. I mean, I try to copy Tiger's swing my whole life, and Adam Scott as well. And I told him that when I played the practice round with him, which was funny. But yeah, I mean, it was, I just always wanted to do this. I never gave up. I just had a hot week on this past Monday, and to be here feels great. But there's just so many people along the way, I think, more importantly, that has helped me get here. Yeah, the golf game helps, but the amount of support, the people in my circle who have supported me throughout the years is why I'm here, I believe.
The practice round with Adam Scott, how did that come about?
So I actually caddied for Ben On at the Seminole Pro Member. I got the opportunity, and I said yes because I wanted to see those guys up close and learn. And I told him I might have a chance to qualify for the PGA Championship in May through the PPC. And I told him if I do get in, it would be an honor to play practice round with him. And so it was me and Ben On, and I reached out to him, and he gladly welcomed me, and Adam Scott kind of just walked up to the tee, and he said, "Do you guys mind if I join?" And I wasn't going to say no to that. And so it was he's super generous, super nice. He was trying to give me a lot of advice on this golf course and how to tackle this golf course, and it was awesome. It was awesome.
Is that moment almost a little surreal when he just comes up and he's like, "Want to play together?"
Yeah, these guys are guys you only see on TV, and so it's surreal watching them in person. But at the same time, they're here just as a competitor as me, and you got to put that aside.
And could you kind of go through where you work? You're an assistant pro.
I'm an assistant pro, yeah, at Deep Dell Golf Club up in Manhasset, New York.
And what and then being in Florida for the winter, do you kind of like?
Yeah, so I took a gamble on myself this winter. I knew I didn't, I tried all year to save as much money and Q school and stuff. I fell short of Q school, so I'm stationed over in Port St. Lucie right now, and grab the place there and spending the winters just focusing on my game. And I will be going back up to Deep Dell this spring, so looking forward to that as well.
How many Monday qualifiers have you tried this year, or in general?
This year was my third. I did the Cognizant Pre and the Puerto Rico Pre, and just had one bad hole on each round, and cost me to get into the Monday. But I think the last 3 years I've done a handful here and there. Not, I wasn't chasing Mondays by no means, but anytime it fit the schedule and I was in the right location, I did sign up.
And then could you go through when the pre-Q was, what you shot, and just kind of the process of getting into this tournament, what that looked like?
Yeah, so the pre was at Southern Hills Plantation Club on Thursday, and the winds were down, and I shot a bogey-free 66 to move on, and so this past Monday I shot a 67, and winds similar to today. It was 15 and 30, and so it was a tough challenge, but it was excuse me, it was fun, and I'm glad I made it through.
What was like the feeling of making it through, realizing you made it through, and then what was going through your mind in terms of that emotion?
I'm not sure if it's set in yet. I'm just trying to, put one foot in front of the other right now and trying to soak everything in. I think once this week's over, I think it'll kind of hit that I did play in a PGA Tour event. But right now, I'm just trying to figure out my putting. I'm trying to get ready for tomorrow and maybe try to post a good number.
And then in Port St. Lucie, do you live, like, what's your living situation like there?
So there's an assistant up at Ardsley that spends the winter down here, and by the name of Kyle Dobbs, and I'm extremely grateful for him. He, at that time I was looking for housing, and it was very tough to find housing last minute, especially down in that area. It fills up pretty quick, and so he reached out to a realtor that he knew and finally found a place right on that property at PGA Golf Club that I have my seasonal membership there and I'm practicing out of. So, a huge shout out to him. I mean, that saved a lot of stress, and but yeah.
And there was a story that your bank account was pretty tight at the
Yeah. I mean, I'm not working, and I'm playing Mondays, and so there's money going out, no money coming in. And I did play one minor league event, which you can make some money, but break even at most. And I knew that coming down to Florida this winter. Like I said, I put that gamble on myself, but I thought if I did everything I could to get better, I think the golf game will speak for itself, and the support will come. And so I didn't lose sight of that belief, and here we are, and I'm extremely grateful.
Lastly, what would you as a kid think about just this right now, this week, getting to play with Adam Scott and play in a PGA Tour event?
Well, the funny thing is I've pictured this, my whole life, and I've when I practice shots, I envision a gallery around the nerves and all that stuff. So it was surprisingly comfortable. It was, it felt like I've been here, but at the same time, I know it's my first time. So it was just a good feeling.
Finally looking up, what family and friends were following around today?
So my mom couldn't make it, but my father and my older sister is here today. My younger of the two older sisters is coming tonight, I believe. And I saw a high school friend of mine that was also here. We grew up playing junior golf, and we haven't kept in touch much, but he was always one of those solid friends of mine. And to see him, I was warming up, and I heard a voice, and I saw that it was him, Joe Tomorrow, and it was great just seeing some familiar faces.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Andre.
I hope I did all right.
Oh, excellent.
You did great. Thank you so much for taking the time. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you for the time.